Hello, it's only me. So, this is WCW Clash of the Champions 18 from January the 21st, 1992. So, yeah, this shall be interesting. Right, so the opening match was a tag team match. Big Van Vader and his partner, Mr. Hughes, taking on the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott. Not a bad match, actually. Yeah, some good stuff in it. Yeah, some bizarre moments, but yeah, it's WCW for you. But yeah, it was a good match, and Rick and Scott got the win. So the Steiner brothers back together and climbing the ladder to trying to get back to the tag team titles. More on that later. Next match was also a tag team match. It was Young Pistol Tracy, which is one half of the Young Pistols. Tracy Smothers and Taylor Made Man, who is Terry Taylor, or the Red Rooster, or yeah, so you may have heard of him. And they took on Flying Brian and Marcus Alexander Bagwell. And the winner of this match was the youngsters, Flying Brian and Marcus Alexander Bagwell, with the win. It was okay. It was good. I mean, Flying Brian and Bagwell at that time were quite good, actually. So, but yeah, it's a good match. So not too bad. Next match was a singles match between Richard Morton and Johnny B. Bad. Now, they announced this as a light heavyweight division match. And they announced Johnny B. Bad as £235, which was the limit, according to Jim Ross on commentary, for the light heavyweight division. Yeah. It didn't go very long. It was only about 5 minutes. And Johnny B. Bad won. And the whole match, they were pretty much talking about who was going to be the number one contender to Jushin Thunder Liger's light heavyweight title. And, yeah. I'm not sure if it was after this match. It might have been. But yeah, it was after this match. So he went up to Eric Bischoff and he did an interview with Flying Brian and Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad literally said nothing in this interview, apart from putting a sticker on Eric Bischoff's face, which he took off. It was weird. And Flying Brian just basically cut a promo on Jushin Thunder Liger, and he was going on about that Japanese companies were buying everything and putting his friends out of jobs. So yeah, that's WCW in 1992 for you. And then he said that he was going to take out Jushin Thunder Liger and bring the light heavyweight title back at Super Brawl on February the 29th. The match hasn't even been announced yet, so who knows. Next match was Diamond Dallas Page versus, PN News. Yes, and yes, the rapper got the win. So PN News got the win after doing what basically was like a frog splash from the top rope, but not a very good one. And, Diamond Dallas Page had no hair left after he landed on him. PN News was, he was a rapper, but he wasn't very good. And he wasn't much better in the ring. But yeah, he got the win, and that was that, really. That was a match there. Now, after this match, more on that in a minute, because it went to the next match, which was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Cactus Jack and Van Hammer. And, right, it's very difficult to describe this match. It was a mess, to be perfectly frank with you. There were some good moments in it. There were some bad moments in it, but it was just, it was okay. They went to the back and they said, "We'll get some cameras back," and then they went to an ad break. And then bizarrely, they cut back and there was Cactus Jack in the back, or outside in the car park, and he just smashed something over Van Hammer's head, which no one saw. And we don't even know how they got there. So they then started brawling. They went to because where it's being held was in Kansas, and there was like a rodeo thing. So they had a rodeo thing set up. And they eventually were battling, hitting each other, and Missy Hyatt was there, and she was like, "Oh, stop them! There must be something you can do." And referees were just like, "Oh, I can't do anything." And then they started battling in like a pit near to where the balls would be, and this cowboy came and started brawling them, and it turned out that it wasn't a cowboy; it was Abdullah the Butcher. And he went and he picked up this shovel, and I think he went to go to hit Cactus Jack over the head with it, and he hit Van Hammer. 1, 2, 3. Cactus Jack gets the victory. Yeah. So you'd think it'd end there, wouldn't you? But no. Moments after that, Abdullah the Butcher and Cactus Jack started brawling, and they were pushing each other, and then they tried to put each other in water, and then, unfortunately, Missy Hyatt got entangled in this confrontation, and they plonked her right in the water, and she got absolutely drenched. She ran off crying, and that was the last time we saw her that night. But yeah, so next match was a match in progress. Didn't even get to see anything. I don't know if this was the network, because during the match let me tell you the match first, and then I'll explain. So it was the Freebirds, which was Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin, against Brad Armstrong and Big Josh, who wasn't that big. So during the match, they went, and we've had singing tonight. We didn't see that. We didn't see the Freebirds perform any songs. So I'm wondering if it was the networking, rights and stuff, that it wasn't on there, but it wasn't. But the Freebirds won by DDTing, or double DDTing, Brad Armstrong. And so they got the win, and they mentioned a few times that they were former tag champions, US and World, and they were also 6-man, which WCW did have 6-man in 91. So yeah, they won. The next match was Thomas Rich, formerly known as Tommy Rich, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, I might add, against the debuting Vinny Vegas. So Vinny Vegas won this, and they were going on about his brand new move of Snake Eyes, which, as we all know, is just ramming someone's head into the turnbuckle, and that's actually was his finishing maneuver. Yeah, but so Vinny Vegas won the match. It was there. It was a match. It was shown. We watched it. That's it, really. The next 2 matches were the 2 main events of the card. So we had the 6-man tag team match, which was the new WCW World Tag Team Champions, Arn Anderson and Beautiful Bobby. They were teaming with Larry Zbyszko, so the Dangerous Alliance. And they took on Dustin Rhodes, Ron Simmons, and Barry Windham. Barry Windham had his taped fist because Larry Zbyszko a few weeks earlier, it might have been a while back actually, they rammed his hand into a door and he broke his hand. It was actually, I would say, probably the best match of the night. It was really good. You could see how good all of them were. Fantastic, really good, really, really good. Flowed quickly. Didn't feel like forced or anything. It was really good match. Good match for WCW. That really good. And the faces won. Dustin Rhodes, Ron Simmons, and Barry Windham won. When Barry Windham, basically, Beautiful Bobby jumped off the top rope and Barry Windham just nailed him with his fist, and it was really good. 1, 2, 3. So you're probably wondering how they won the tag team titles. I don't know. They won them at a house show in Jacksonville about 4 days earlier. So yeah. So they won the tag. They're now the tag team champions. And pre to this match, Paul Heyman did an interview with Bischoff and said that somebody would go down tonight. He promised 1 of 5 would go down, because that leads us into the main event, which was the WCW World Television Champion Stunning Steve Austin and the WCW United States Heavyweight Champion Ravishing Rick Rude taking on Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the man they call Sting. It was okay. It wasn't brilliant. Ricky the Dragon and Sting won the match. There was some controversy with a double pin at the end, because obviously you can only have one person in the ring, but ended up being two. So yeah, they got the victory. After the match, Rick Rude gave Steamboat two, I count two, Rude Awakenings. And then they tried to beat the crap out of him. Rude was walloping him with a belt. Sting then covered him up, and we're led to believe that maybe Steamboat was injured there. But that's how it ended, and I will now lead you into what also happened, which I should have done earlier, but I can't remember everything. They introduced like the new board of directors, there was this new guy, I can't remember, W something, I can't remember his name. And he announced that the main event for Super Bowl, which is on February the 29th, Super Bowl 2, I should say, and that will be, he said that Lex Luger would be defending the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. And he'll be defending the title against Sting. So Sting will be getting a shot at the world title. Now, this is what confused me, because later in the show, they did a top 10 thing, and they said that Rick Rude was the number one contender. How has Sting got a title shot? I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, so there we are. Luger then came on the video and said, like, it's champion's prerogative that I'm not there, because he hasn't been showing up on WCW TV for ages. So it's champion's prerogative. I'm focused, blah, 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 blah. We'll see him in action. But the big thing that came out of this was that they introduced someone to get a big response, and that person is Jesse the Body Ventura. Yes, Jesse the Body Ventura is in WCW. Yeah, I do remember him going there, but I don't remember how, and now I know. He debuted at Clash of Champions 18, and then later on in the show, he actually commentated on the main event with Rude and Austin, Sting and Steamboat. So, yeah, there we are. That was Clash of the Champions 18. Overall, okay. Not too bad. Some dire moments. But yeah, okay. And that's this review over for today. I'll be hopefully doing some more soon, but yeah. See you ringside.